Hi, I'm Brent Butler with Masterplans.com. Today, I'll be talking about how to create an amazing pitch deck for VCs and angel investors. If you're an entrepreneur and you have a meeting with a potential investor, congratulations. You've got your foot in the door. Now the pressure's on to not screw it up. You only have a short window of time to impress them. If you don't impress potential investors, they won't give you the money you need. And all that nervous sweating and the subsequent dry cleaning bills will have been for nothing. In order to get the investment you need, which will help you get your company off the ground, you need an amazing pitch deck. Keep in mind that a business plan and a pitch deck, they're not the same thing. A business plan is a very detailed 20 to 50 page document that lays out everything a loan officer or a potential investor needs to know about your company. A pitch deck, also called a slide deck or pitch presentation, is much shorter. It's the PowerPoint presentation or the slideshow you play while you're telling your investors about your company. Think of it as the Cliff Notes, the bullet point version, the greatest hits of the 1980s. Now, don't make the mistake of skipping a business plan and going straight to a pitch deck. I'll explain more about why that's a terrible idea in another blog post, which I'll link to in the description below. Suffice it to say, doing a pitch deck without doing your business plan first is putting the cart before the horse. Don't do it. Your business plan will be the source material and the foundation for your presentation. Here are the slides that an awesome pitch deck will include. First, you need a cover slide with your company name and logo. That's it. Your second slide should be a statement identifying the big, relevant change or trend in the industry or market. Is it widespread internet access, an app, or another technological development? Or could it be changing consumer expectations? Third, talk about the change, trends, or other relevant data. How much revenue is the Uber of your industry making? Or how many years have things been trending in this new direction? Next, dedicate a slide to the status quo, industry losers, or why current options are failing the specific market. Then you'll want to point out winners and where the industry is headed. Back up your claim with trends or relevant data points on how the market need is not being met. At this point, you'll transition from industry info to company-specific info. Point out the primary features, advantages, or value that set your company apart. Highlight your company's key milestones, screenshots, prototypes, features, or even a side-by-side comparison of your business versus the existing companies. Then I suggest showing your business model or revenue model. How does your company make money? Is it freemium, subscription, B2B, premium priced, or commodity priced? Make sure to dedicate a slide to your success and outside investment to date, not sweat equity. You want potential investors to know how much has already been invested, the status of your product or service development, any existing partnerships, sales to date, and the number of users or early adopters. Next, describe your sources and uses of funds. How much money are you asking for and what will you do with it? And then it's great to point out who's on your team. List the top C-levels at the company and give 2 or 3 sentence bios on each. Include professional photos. Finally, your last slide should include your name, phone number, and email. If you've done a good job on your business plan, most of your slides will be pretty darn straightforward. Just make sure you're as specific as possible about your product, why it's unique, and the size of your target market. Use recent statistics from reputable sources. Don't be vague and definitely don't say you'll appeal to everyone. No one, I repeat, no one's market is everyone. The hardest part for many entrepreneurs is financials. I'll cover how to create realistic financial projections in a separate video, but for now, your financials should include a 3 to 5 year forecast for growth, income, and expenses. You should also know the value of your company and exactly what percentage you're willing to trade for that investment. Make sure your financial projections are realistic. Include your exit strategy. Will you license your product, be part of a merger or acquisition, or have an IPO? Yes, investors want your company to make them rich in a few years, but they'll also know if your exit strategy is unrealistic. Solid financials are the finishing touch in the best investor pitch decks. Overall, keep in mind that less is more. Investors will have your business plan in front of them, so there's really no need to regurgitate it. Keep text to a minimum on each slide, because there's only so much information the brain can take in. Investors are there to listen and absorb what you're telling them, not to read. You can include lots of info in your personal speaker's notes, but your slides should not be overwhelming. If there's too much text on one slide, split it into two. Speaking of design, my recommendation is to pick one main color and one accent color to keep things simple. Match them to your logo if you have one. And make sure to use a consistent font throughout. A beautiful pitch deck is a clean, easy to take in with consistent design elements. I'll link to a couple awesome pitch decks in the video description below so you can see for yourself. Some of the world's most successful and most recognizable companies like Facebook, Airbnb, LinkedIn, YouTube, and BuzzFeed all started with amazing pitch decks. It's not a guarantee of success, of course, but it's a powerful tool to help get your business taken seriously. That's all for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the market.